I'm Terry Phillips, after the news. One of the most popular American TV shows, Mad Men, recently produced its final episode. In case you missed it, that AMC cable series focused on a fictitious Madison Avenue advertising agency set in the 1960s. Here's its main character, Don Draper, pitching a prospective client.
I won't settle for 50% of anything. I want 100%. You're happy with your agency? You're not happy with anything. You don't want most of it. You want all of it. And I won't stop until you get all of it.
That, in a nutshell, is the American dream. We want all of it. The whole 9 yards. The whole ball of wax. Who wants half an enchilada? The most common way we measure success is by the bottom line. Based on that standard, can you name the most profitable company on earth? I'll bet you've never even heard of it. Let me give you a hint. It's not headquartered in the United States. Oh, and by the way, the second most profitable is Apple, and number 3 is the Russian energy giant Gazprom. But the world's leading firm, with a net revenue of nearly $43 billion a year, is the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. In fact, 4 of the top 10 companies on earth are state-owned Chinese banks. China is not only the world's most populated country, it's also the biggest business. And how do you feel about that? Well, someone from England or France might say it's not a big deal anymore. They lost their empires a long time ago. For Americans, on the other hand, the idea of no longer being number one creates a certain identity crisis. We still think of ourselves as globally dominant. But except for our military might, that is just not true. For American business, this goes to the very heart of the matter. A free market economy is based on competition, and no one competes to be second. The game is all about winning. So why bother if you can never be on top? It's like the Chicago Cubs continuing to play baseball. What's the point, really? You haven't won the World Series since 1908. Come on. Then again, the Cubbies are still in the game, and so is the United States. We're no longer unrivaled, but there is still a chance for this country to regain its leadership position. And why not? There are many inspiring stories about kids from humble beginnings who start in a garage, end up rich and famous. Not just high-tech geniuses like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. I mean like those 2 brothers from Kansas City who moved to Southern California in 1923, set up shop in their uncle's garage, and created what would become the highest-grossing media conglomerate in the world. You know, Roy and Walt Disney. So, is it possible for an underdog to succeed? You betcha. But do we have to be the biggest? I've never understood why we put a priority on sheer, massive size. We value not only what company is the largest, but more than that, which one grows the most. Success is defined beyond profitability, beyond increased profit, but by a constant increase in the rate of growth. According to that measure, we are failing compared to others and even compared to ourselves. I say poppycock. It is also possible to make a perfectly good living even without being first or second. With hard work and some luck, we can all do just fine, as long as we stay in the game and do our best. And who knows, maybe someday the Cubs will win another series. I'm Terry Phillips. Thanks for listening, and please tell your friends.